Good morning, everybody. It's Marty, the JavaScript party. No Rhett this morning because it is Tuesday. So my son and daughter-in-law's crazy dogs should be here probably any minute because I'm running really late. I don't know what it is about this time of year, but I can sleep really well. Um, Sometimes I struggle this time of year to go to sleep, fall asleep at night. I did not last night. Last night I literally lay down and passed out. But sometimes I don't. But I can sleep in. I can't always sleep in. Come the end of March, I won't be able to sleep in anymore. I'll be like awake at like 4 in the morning or 5 in the morning every morning. But anyways, so we are working on a new thing, and that is to prevent extra animations from being created. So basically, what happens is, let's see, it's 8:54, so I have to leave here in a second. So this is gonna be a short video, but whenever we change views, it gets faster. And if you look at the log that we created, you will see that we actually have a second animation. And this is such a critical moment in this software development process. So as you see, creating animations was one of the very, very first in the when we did the CRUD, create, read, update, delete. Animations, I think, was the first thing that we actually created, entity that we created. And because of that, I didn't really know exactly what this was going to be like, but I did know that I wanted these animations to be in a way that they are reused so that two different visualizations can use the exact same animation because that's like something I just really wanted. I wanted to be able to have two animations going at the exact same time that are slightly different but reusing a lot of the same things. So let's make sure we have not in any way, shape, or form sort of made it to where this can't be reused, right? So this is just a plain old object. Everything is JSONable, right? We would easily be able to turn this into a JSON. And I believe, if I remember correctly, these animations specifically are tied to meshes, if I remember correctly. Yeah. So we have our mesh up here. And see, there's no reason why, like, if we create a different one, add this, and we go find our other mesh. I wonder I think if I close this and open it, it'll show the right thing, but maybe not. Nope. And so that's kind of interesting. So you'll see that we have two meshes now, right? We have a mesh for this guy, and we have a mesh for that guy. And you'll see that they are animated a little different than each other. So if we go and we look at the second mesh, which is right here, you'll see that we have this. Now, there's absolutely no reason why wouldn't be able to put mesh ID 7 in here, and then they would both share 7. So that's good. So architecturally, I did not paint myself into a corner, anything that I'm going to have to refactor. So, but there is definitely something weird because, like, we really should be creating these animations when you hit add, not whenever they're getting created now. Right now, they're getting created even when you're changing views, which the concept of changing views didn't exist when we started this. So it is not weird that my external monitor is flaking out. It's not particularly weird that whatever system I sort of hooked into at the very beginning is apparently getting automatically fired when I change views and all that. So we're gonna have to do a refactor to not do it that way, but to do it on command as opposed to like however it's just doing it now. But since we are at the beginning of this crate, it probably makes it probably makes a lot of sense to then update the read if necessary, and maybe this would be a good candidate for our first sort of straight up edit mode. So we kind of already started the edit a little bit because right here we have an update button, and then you come in here, and now you're at this update thing. But I think one of the things that maybe we should, it's probably time to think that, well, it doesn't quite make sense because, like, this is everything. And we really want to be able to edit individual pieces. And so I think in order to edit, and I'm thinking out loud right now, I'm just thinking out loud. I think in order to edit individual pieces, we're going to need to be able to read individual pieces, which we can in the console log, but that doesn't really count. And then we need to be able to read, and then we need to be able to, at that point, do an update, which should be a lot easier because if all we're doing is looking at a list of animations, it would be a lot easier to update that than trying to update this whole thing because animation, there's not a lot to an animation, right? There's just this. So we would be able to, if we could update this animation right here, then when we're only looking at one thing, we could make the change and then go back and see that it's moving twice as fast. And I really like the idea of being able to see your changes when you do it. So maybe what I want to do is in this view add like a drop down that lets you select animations to update, and then maybe when you are looking at animations, we have like a little green checkbox or something next to any animation that's actually being used by what you're looking at. You know, that is, yeah, I think that's a good idea. I think that's a good way to do it. There are other ways that I could do it, but I really like the feeling of being able to make the change and see the change happen right when I do that. Anyways, it is 9 o'clock. I needed to start work right now. So happy coding, everybody. Bye.